Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. Today we're going to be doing like this little video vlog thing, and you're probably going to hear Siri in the background, so kind of bear with me about this whole thing. I'm driving to my girl's house and there's a shit ton of traffic on the freeway, so I'm using the Waze app to avoid all that stuff. What I was thinking about in the shower, because that's where all my fantastic fucking thoughts come from, is oh, there's a cone in the road. Alright, I should probably avoid that. Anyway, and this is the beautiful thing about these whole driving vlogs and all that crazy shit, is you never know what the hell you're going to come into. Anyway, so I was thinking about, like, what's the difference between passion and intimacy, right? And so passion is basically when you have like this physical attraction to someone, and it's kind of like when you meet somebody for the first time, or you're hanging out with them for the first time, and you have like all this beautiful thing. It's just hot, it's passionate, you're kissing, you're ripping each other's clothes off and all that shit, right? And then you have like these amazing makeout sessions, and you have this amazing sex and everything else. Sometimes, not all the time, but there are those times where it's just like, holy shit, this is what I've been missing. And then there's also other times where it's like, what the fuck was this? The point of it is that with intimacy is a lot deeper. It's more mental. It's more, you're actually able to share like things about you that, you normally wouldn't tell just a common person, or you wouldn't tell just anybody, right? It's being able to sit there and watch a movie together and not judge each other for whatever your sounds, or you're sitting there cuddling up and you look at the girl you look at her, and when she's like laying next to you and you're kissing her and you're kind of just holding her, like those times are probably, in my opinion, some of the most precious, because that's when you're at your most vulnerable. And I think that's huge in a relationship. I think intimacy is far more, just a lot. You need that, right? And oftentimes what happens is, in like relationships and shit, people often lose that. They get so caught up in this everyday, wake up, go to work, come home, clean the house, or go to your second job, or take care of the kids, or whatever, that you start to lose that. And it's one of those things that relationships are constant work, man. It's just like any job you have. It's just like taking care of yourself. It's anything. Like, nothing in this world is fucking easy. You have to put your work in. You have to put the time in. There's always going to be ups and downs of some concept or some way, right? So you have to constantly work at it. And you got to understand that when the other person's going through whatever the fuck it is, whether it's, a loss of a family member, they're depressed, or whatever it is, right? Whatever situation, that you support them. You don't beat them down, because all that's going to do is weaken your relationship. It's not going to make shit better. And you got to be unselfish about it, man. You really just got to, be patient, understanding, and support them, and be like, hey, you know what? I know you're going through all this stuff, but we're going through it together, and you're not alone. Even if you guys aren't living together, for instance, right? Even if, you live apart, and your person's going through whatever it is, you want to stay in that constant communication. And sometimes men and women, right, we need our space, as far as like, not meaning like, oh, we're going to separate, but we just need time to power through it. But at the same time, if you have your person that's like, hey, I know you're doing you right now, but I'm still here for you, and you check in with them, and you make sure that they're all right. And whether it's making them laugh, or just hearing the sound of your voice, like, a lot of that shit's important that people often forget about. So, and you, with the whole intimacy part of it, right? And then even with the passion part of it, you can have both. Not to mention, you can have the X factor, which is the compatibility and chemistry, because those are two different fucking things all in themselves. Chemistry and compatibility are completely two different things. You can have amazing chemistry with somebody, right? Where you guys are hitting it off, and you have the same shit in common. You're laughing, you're joking around, and all this shit, right? But on like a more sexual preference, or a more sexual thing, you might not fucking click. And that person might end up being like one of your closest friends, if that's what you choose to. If that's not what you want, if you're just looking to bang and get in and get out and do your thing, then hey, that's on you, and this video isn't for you. But if you're looking to like work on your relationship and trying to uncover like all these deep things on how can I make my relationship better. Well, communication is the main fucking thing. And, you know, being able to open up to not only, you got to be able to open up to yourself. And what does that look like? Well, it's taking care of yourself. It's eating right. It's doing the right things. It's making sure that you check in with your fucking person and being like, hey, am I doing the right thing? That am I doing something wrong that could jeopardize my relationship? If I am, then I need to fucking quit, or I don't need to do it at all. So it's kind of a long ass rant. I'll probably make a few videos of this about this, but you know, like I said, I'm just driving. I'm going to my girl's house, and I just wanted to fucking talk, and that's what I'm doing. So there you go. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever the fuck you're supposed to do, and we'll go from there. And I'll talk soon. All right, later.